Good afternoon or good early evening. This is Rick Ackerman of Rick's Picks, and today I want to look at a big potential development in the markets. I did have a headline out the other day: Are bullion and shares about to reverse? And on the share side, we're looking not at my usual hidden pivot rally targets, but at important trend lines that are quite clear. And naturally, if share prices are about to reverse, gold and silver are about to rise. And we've seen that over time. Gold and silver bullion prices have a strong reverse correlation with the markets. The institutional investors who drive markets can't walk and chew gum at the same time. So we know if they're buying stocks, they are selling gold. They can't really track to more than one theme. So anyway, let's take a look at some of these trend lines, which suggest that we may have a top. The E-mini S&P chart that I displayed in conjunction with that headline, let's blow it up a little bit. And you can see that it's got a rising slope. We're not quite there. We're about 30 points below this 3125 target. But of course, the line that I've drawn applies to next week. So we're rising with about a slope of about 5 or 6 points per week. And let's take a look at some of the other averages. And I want to look directly at these are trade station charts. Here's the industrial average. And there are a couple ways to draw this trend line. There's no hard science about how to draw them. You just try to draw them so that they catch as many meaningful tops or bottoms as possible. And sometimes you use what's called a channel, making a parallel line. But in any case, you can see that the industrial average has a ways to go before it gets to the trend line that goes back to quite a ways, actually. We go back to early 2019, and it's picked up 3 tops so far. So if we were to rally up to that trend line, the Dow is currently 27,781, but tomorrow the target, the trend line, will come in around 28,398. So we'll call it about let's see, about 600 point rally. So that's obviously a bit of running room for the Dow, and I don't expect it to die before it gets to that trend line. Those of you who follow these Facebook presentations and YouTube presentations know also that I'm looking for at least 286 on Amazon. I'll show you that in a minute, but let's take a look at a couple of other charts. Another one that is of crucial importance, this is the New York Composite average. And I could draw a trend line on this chart that goes back well before the starting point on this particular chart. I'm back in 2018, but I could go back more years than that. You would see that it is approaching a very clear trend line. In this case, the New York Composite is at 13,392, and tomorrow the trend line comes in at around let's call it 13,668. So we've got about 270 points of distance between here and there to put up. Well, I'll leave you with just those 2 charts. They are big, important charts. And again, we're not quite there, so we've got a bit more running room, but the trend lines are such that I would not expect an easy move through them. In other words, I believe there's a very strong chance we'll at least have a tradable pullback in the broad averages if we don't get a major top there. And when you're 11 years in your 11th year of a bull market, the odds are always against calling a top, especially a very exact one. The market has a way of thwarting you, even if you've been right many times before. So in any case, we've got more room to run, and certainly shortable resistance at those prices that I just showed you. And correspondingly, we want to be looking at buying opportunities in gold. My subscribers are just starting to nibble on calls in GDX, which is a vehicle that tracks the mining stocks, I still think there's a chance it could come down to 25.22 from a current 26.99. So that's a kind of a back up the truck number where I'd come in and buy calls on this vehicle for a long-term play. You don't have to go too far out on the options. As long as you have profits initially on short-term options, you can roll them toward longer term. But we just want to get in and make some money leveraging this 25.22 hidden pivot support that is my downside target for this vehicle right now. I did mention I would show you a chart of Apple, and Apple is bound for a 283 target, and it's clear on the weekly chart. You see it here. It's actually close to 284, and Rick Pix has used that target as a lodestone and a benchmark, really, because we all know that because Apple is the biggest corporation in the world by capitalization, and it's owned by every portfolio manager, that it's the best proxy of them all for the stock market, for the broad averages. So it stands to reason if Apple is moving higher, the stock market in general, the bull market, is going to just keep on chugging along. Again, you see there's some running room between here and that 283, 284 target. And if I see that Apple is hitting 284 around the same time that the New York Composite, the E-mini S&Ps, and the Dow are hitting corresponding rally targets, you better believe that I'm going to use that opportunity to get short aggressively. So that is all for today. And if you're interested in finding out more about the hidden pivot method, let me send you to, if you go to rickackerman.com, at the top of the page, you'll see a free trial button. Just rickackerman.com, hit the free trial. And once you've done that, you'll be instantly able to access the chat room for one. This is the trading room, and there's a less formal discussion in something that I call the coffee house. So in the trading room, you're going to see real-time trading ideas all the time in there. We've had some great trades in gold recently. And once again, if you want to get in instantly, just go to rickackerman.com and take a two-week free trial. No credit card is necessary. So that's it for today, and I look forward to seeing you during our regular presentation next Tuesday. I generally do these presentations on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so I look forward to seeing you then, if not sooner, in the chat room. So with that, I wish you all a very pleasant good day.